Carlos Sainz withstood a thrilling finish to the Singapore Grand Prix to claim Ferrari's first win since July 2022 and then Red Bull's victory run. Sainz led from lights to flag as checker flag as he cleverly managed the race to secure the second F1 win of his career by just 8 tenths from Lando Norris. Mercedes had set up a grandstand finish, pitting both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton for fresh tyres under a VSC with 18 laps to go, but Sainz helped former McLaren teammate Norris defend against the team Mercedes with DRS availability, and Russell crashed out on the final lap in his last-ditch efforts to catch Norris, opening the door from Hamilton to complete the podium. An incredible weekend, incredible feeling. I want to thank everyone in Ferrari for making this huge team effort turn around the season with a win and beginning possible. But now we nailed a victory and nailed a race, and we did everything we do, and we did the perfect P1, and I'm sure Italy and Ferrari will be proud of that. Meanwhile, Red Bull Max Verstappen's record winning of 15 and 10 is over. From 11th on the grid, Verstappen eventually came home 5th behind Charles Leclerc in the second Ferrari, who lost out in the early safety car period. Pierre Gasly was 6th in the Alpine, whose teammate Esteban Ocon caused a late VSC, stopping the track, and a brilliant recovery from Oscar Piastri from 17th. Sergio Perez was 8th ahead of Liam Lawson, who scored his first points. Kevin Magnussen claimed the final point in 10th, but Sainz got away well off the line and held off teammate Leclerc, who opted to start on the soft tyre, unlike those around him, got past Russell before turn 1. Hamilton also brilliantly started from 5th and was alongside Russell into turn 1, but had to take a run off Sainz to avoid contact with the 7-time world champion and having to give up positions to Russell and Norris, having gained advantage off the track. Verstappen was able to get past Liam Lawson and Nico Hülkenberg on the opening 2 laps and made sense why he was up to 8th by lap 8 and he passed Magnussen. Red Bull started Verstappen and Perez on hard tyres in a bid to make up positions earlier when those had pitted, and the Dutchman found himself being told over the radio to fall back from Ocon in 7th during the early stages to avoid wrecking his tyres, and out front Leclerc was frequently being told by Ferrari to let Sainz build up a gap to get a pit stop lead. However, debris left by Logan Sargent hitting the wall at turn 8 on the lap 19 required a safety car. And Leclerc was a big loser from that, as Ferrari was forced to hold him in the box, losing 4 places. Red Bull didn't hit Verstappen and Perez, which initially left them in 2nd and 4th after taking the car, but Russell quickly made swift work of them. In fact, most of them did behind, and 2 of the Red Bull continued full before eventually pitting on 39 and 40, leaving them 15th and 18th. But the race was at the front was Blind Newton on lap 43 when Ocon ground to a halt in smoking Alpine at the exit of the pit lane. The virtual safety car was deployed and Mercedes made a call to pit Russell 2nd and Hamilton 4th for fresh medium tyres that Silver Arrow saved. This gave them 18 laps in the clear air to chase down Leclerc, Norris and Sainz, and both Mercedes drivers were swiftly getting past Leclerc with 10 laps remaining. As the race entered its final 5 laps, just 2.5 seconds covering the top 4, and with 3 laps to go, Russell made an attack on Norris. The pair went wheel to wheel, but Norris was able to hold on to 2nd, enabling Sainz to get a gap, but the Ferrari driver cleverly allowed Norris to close back to within DRS range again to help his defence. As Russell attempted an attack on the final lap, he clipped the wall at 10 then to crash out. In the end, just 1.2 seconds covered the top 3 with Sainz's victory, and since the 2022 Austrian Grand Prix for Ferrari. Carlos was very generous, trying to give me a DRS. It helped my race and also helped his, said Norris. We knew it was going to be tough as soon as the Mercedes boxed, especially with only a couple of cars for them to overtake, but we were on the podium P2 and we held them off. We did everything we needed to do and more, so super happy. So yeah, Lando Norris pleased with how his weekend went in Singapore, but Red Bull had opted for the hard tyre for Verstappen and Perez in the hope of leapfrogging cars ahead when they pitted, but the safety car for Sargent's crash left unable to capitalise, and they swiftly fell back once racing resumed. But having been in the bottom 3 runners when they came out after their pit stops, Verstappen and Perez were able to climb back into the points to finish 5th and 8th on their fresh and medium tyres. Verstappen now leads Perez by 151 points in the driver's standings, while Red Bull had seen an opportunity to win the Constructors' Championship next weekend in Japan. Hamilton's up to 3rd in the driver's standings with his 3rd place finish, and held Fernando Alonso, who had a torrid weekend for the Aston Martin, with him receiving a 5-second penalty for a pit lane infringement and suffered a slow stop after serving a penalty before going wide at turn 14 to be the last of the cars in 15th. But in his 3rd race for AlphaTauri, Liam Lawson impressed again, cementing claims for a full-time restay, losing place in the opening laps to come home ninth and scoring points. Before I go, let me run you through the final classification from this weekend. And yeah, Carlos Sainz finishing on top. What a drive from him. The tactic at the end was so clever, and yeah, so deserved, because he's been great last few weekends. So yeah, what a moment for him, taking the first non-Red Bull win of the season. Norris will be frustrated to get so close yet so far, but still, great drive from him. Was so close. On another day maybe could have done it, but did well to keep Mercedes behind. Hamilton 3rd, good recovery, but I think it's just a question of what might have been. Could he have been let past Russell at the end maybe? That's a question, and could the result have changed? Who knows? Leclerc, disappointing race for him. Obviously, yeah, kind of screwed over by what happened with the safety car. And yeah, it's always going to be tough for him from there on out. Just about held off Verstappen. I think will be pretty pleased with recovery. But also, when you've won the last 7 races, 5th isn't going to be massive for you. But yeah, I think still a good recovery. Gasly in 6th as well. Piastri 7th, 2 great recoveries for them. They'll be very pleased with that. Perez getting a point scoring position 8. Solid drive from him. But I think still would have won some more. Lawson 9th, Magnussen 10th, both did really well to get points, especially Lawson. Yeah, to get points and performing like the way you are, super impressive job. Albon 11th, will be frustrated to miss out on points. I think pleasant surprise winning, they were competitive on a track like this, it doesn't really suit them. Zhou 12th, I think decent job from him, but still not enough to get points. Hulkenberg 13th, disappointing, not being on the pace of Magnussen, which is a bit of a rarity this season. Sargent 14th, yeah, off the pace of Albon as you expect. And then Alonso and Russell, yeah, just what an absolute nightmare. Both these guys have really, mistakes, and yeah, they'll be bitty disappointed, as will Bottas, Ocon, Tsunoda, all unable to finish the race. But yeah, Russell, I think that one will live long in the memory. Guys, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, next what's going to do. Yeah, F1 news and subscribe to the channel, it's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.